Liguria is tucked away in the northwest of Italy, bordering France. However, considering it's one of the smallest regions in Italy, it sure makes up for its lack of size in what it offers. If you ever consider visiting, living or working in Liguria, you really are spoilt for choice in every aspect of life. Whether you've already experienced the region or you're considering Liguria as a destination, what are your expectations? To help you with that question, check out the following highlights of this stunning region coming up in this video, and please leave a comment below to say if the content is of help, or if it's too vague, or if it's piqued your interest and you'd like more information. And whilst you're dreaming of your life in Italy, check out the ongoing collection of news, reports, resources and courses on this channel that will make your introduction to expat life in Italy and La Dolce Vita even sweeter. It's so easy. Just click on the subscribe button below and then click the grey bell icon to ensure you don't miss out on future videos being uploaded. Plus, watch this video to the very end where you'll get access to a special report packed full of hot tips for when you visit or go to live in Italy. So, without further ado, here are 14 interesting and helpful facts about Liguria. 1. Liguria, an introduction. To introduce you to the region, here are 6 additional interesting facts. Liguria is the third smallest region in Italy. However, it's renowned for having the most well-known area of coastline that conjures up images of elegance, style and film star appeal. 2. Its land area covers about 5,400 square kilometres. 3. There are 4 provinces within Liguria, including the coastal area of La Spezia, home to one of Italy's major naval ports. 4. Liguria's capital city is Genoa, or Genova in Italian. 5. About 75% of the population live on or around the coast. 6. People of Liguria are referred to as Liguri. 2. A brief history of Liguria. To fully appreciate the region, it's worth delving into the history of Liguria, which helps explain why it's become one of the most sought after places to visit. Its coastline was very much inaccessible, to the extent that the Ligurian people resisted the Roman occupation for many years. Following the collapse of the Roman Empire, Byzantine and Lombard warring factions occupied the region. Whilst the region was inaccessible to a large extent by land, it meant it was prone to attack from the sea by pirates, by Normans from France and even by Saracens from North Africa. Over time, Liguria, as part of its sea defences, became an important maritime region, with Genoa playing an important role right up to this very day. By the time of the Middle Ages, Liguria was ruled by Genoa and the Genovese people, and was at war with the Venetians. In 1796, the region was annexed to France by Napoleon, who, after his demise, then passed the region over to the House of Savoy, a royal family dynasty with its roots based in an alpine region between France and Italy, with its own colourful history, including its support for the fascist Mussolini going back to the 1920s. One of the region's senior statesmen, Garibaldi, helped lead the call for Liguria to become part of the movement for Italian independence, eventually leading to the country's unification in 1861, which eventually led to the region becoming what it is today. 3. The third smallest region of Italy. It may be one of the smallest regions in Italy, but it stands out as being one of the most popular destinations to visit. The coastline extends to 340 kilometres from the French border down to Tuscany, and what makes this area so appealing is that it includes both sandy beaches to stroll along and dramatic sea cliffs and coves to experience and admire. Inland is the Fontana Buona Valley, known for its slate quarries, and the Apennines mountain range. The geographical position and makeup of the region, with the sea and the mountains, helps to create a microclimate that's more associated with southern Italy, where citrus fruits including peaches and lemons, alongside olives, are grown, together with vegetables such as tomatoes, asparagus and artichokes, with palm trees and flowers also in abundance. And let's not forget the vineyards. 4. Its neighbours. France, Tuscany, Piedmont and Emilia-Romagna border Liguria. Access to the French Riviera and Monaco is relatively easy by car, bus or train. 5. The Italian Riviera. The coastline mentioned above that defines Liguria more than anything else is the Italian Riviera. A magnet for tourists and film stars alike, the coastline runs from the French border in the north to Tuscany at its southern end. The coastline is split in half, with the western half, which runs from the French border down to Genoa, called La Riviera di Ponente, which means the coastline of the setting sun. This comprises the long sandy beaches. The eastern half, running from Genoa down to Tuscany, is called the Riviera di Levante, which means the coastline of the rising sun. This comprises the dramatic rocky cliffs and coves. 6. Riviera di Ponente, the coastline of the setting sun. As well as its sweeping sandy beaches, this area of Liguria is known for its flowers, with roses being quite dominant. San Remo is probably the most famous town along this stretch of the coast. There is a road that runs along the coast that connects the small towns and fishing villages that show off the traditional Liguria. 7. San Remo and its festivals. San Remo is a place worth visiting as it's home to 2 well-known festivals, as well as drawing in the crowds to its casino. The first festival is devoted to music and has been since 1951. The internationally acclaimed song Volare was first performed at the festival in 1958 and probably better known as being covered later on by the American film star and singer Dean Martin. You'll find a video link of the song in the description box below this video. The festival also inspired the creation of the Eurovision Song Contest in 1956, which subsequently helped launch the career of Andrea Bocelli. The second festival is known as Blooming San Remo, or Italia in Fiore, and originally began in 1904. Initially started as a celebration to the goddess Flora, it is now celebrated all over Liguria with parades of flower-covered floats for its towns and villages. It's no surprise to learn that San Remo is known as the City of Flowers. 8. Riviera di Levante, the coastline of the rising sun. In contrast to the other half of the Italian Riviera coastline, this is where the coastline changes to be very dramatic and is home to 5 quaint fishing villages known as Cinque Terre. To the east of Genoa is one of the playgrounds of the rich and famous, Portofino. 9. Cinque Terre. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this is becoming an even more visited area, and you will soon understand why. Its brightly coloured and precariously positioned buildings make the exploration of this area an experience to cherish, especially as the delicious food is some of the best Italian cuisine to enjoy. Previously, you could only access each village by foot, but over the years the area has become more accessible by road and rail. However, the path linking the villages is not to be missed, as it takes you along the steep cliffs, the vineyards and the olive groves, as well as providing fantastic views across the Ligurian Sea. 10. Portofino. As already mentioned, Portofino is a popular destination for the rich and famous, making it an expensive coastal fishing village to visit. It came to prominence in the 1950s. Overlooking Portofino is Castello Brown, an impressive castle built in the 16th century that has great views out to sea. Its name comes from the castle becoming the home of Yates Brown, a British consul to Genoa in 1870. 11. Genoa. There are many facets to Genoa, including 1. Being the capital of Liguria, it's proud of its past as a key commercial centre right up to this very day, and being one of the world's great maritime powers. 2. It's at the heart of the Italian Riviera, and the centre of the city is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 3. It effectively links the 2 parts of the Italian Riviera. 4. It's grown to be a major seaport and is the driving force of the region's economic prosperity. 5. It's home to two of the top Italian professional football clubs, Genoa and Sampdoria. 6. It's where Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 and where he grew up helping his father run his cheese stand in local markets. 7. Its port is home to Europe's largest aquarium. 8. It's the home of pesto. Known as Liguria's green gold, pesto alla Genovese was first created in the 1800s and is now one of the most popular accompaniments and sauces used in Italian cuisine. 12. Whale watching. This is probably one of the lesser known activities in Liguria. There's a lot of marine life along its coastline owing to its warm waters, and it attracts sperm whales and dolphins to the area. To get better views, you'll need to arrange a boat trip to explore their habitats. 13. The Christ of the Abyss. Since 1954, this bronze statue sits in about 20 metres of seawater off the coast of San Frutorto, near Portofino. The sculpture was created by Guido Galletti and is in honour of Dario Gonzatti, the first Italian to go scuba diving. The statue is placed at the spot where he died in 1947. 14. Food and wine. Owing to Liguria's microclimate, it's blessed with food and wine on a serious culinary level. Famous for its pesto sauce with basil and pine nuts as its ingredients, the use of tomatoes, garlic and olive oil makes the region a showcase for typical Italian cuisine. Add in the many citrus fruits, chestnuts, pine nuts, hazelnuts, zucchini, courgette and chickpeas and wheat, and you can see why pasta and many bread types such as focaccia are created. But it's the added resource of the sea that helps put Liguria on the must-see region to visit, as the local fish dishes are not to be missed. For example, shellfish and anchovies are a very popular antipasti, with sardines, tuna, sea bass and even swordfish being served as a main dish. Meat dishes that are also a mainstay of the Ligurian diet include veal rolls and rabbit stew. And of course, having gorged yourself on the amazing food, you can wash it all down with the various wines of the region, such as red Ormiasco and Rossesi and the white Vermentino and Pigato. Popular spirits of the region include limoncello and grappa. So there you have it, 14 interesting and helpful facts about Liguria in Italy. With that in mind, don't forget to download your special guide entitled You Can Start a Brand New Life in Italy. Just click on the URL link in the description box below this video, kindly leave a positive comment in the comment section below, and then please share with friends and enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe and then click the grey bell icon to join an exclusive club of subscribers to be notified of all future videos being uploaded. Until next time, ciao for now.